New Yu-Gi-Oh update. It's straight in the morning for me. It's 6:47. And man, what is this? They're giving us a free card. Is this even worth it? I mean, it's not bad. It really isn't. I think it might come up in the structure deck, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to be looking over the new update, everything that's included, giving my thoughts, and a little sneak peek. I am going to be making a video on the structure deck, so if you want to see that, stay tuned. Enough of the ads, let me get into it. So what do we got? Logging in, you get a free prismatic, you get a bunch of gems, icon. I mean, it's just free stuff. The World Championship Series is going on right now. That's pretty cool. I'm not in Worlds, so I'm not super interested. What else do we got? We got a gem discount. You're damn right I'm going to be checking that out. Road to Worlds. What is this, something else? This looks like something else. You get some gems, forbidden. I don't know what that is. New selection pack. Rookie mutual. Wasn't this in the game already? This is just where you get the sword soul from referring somebody. Um, I personally don't want to put my code, but if anybody in the chat or anybody watching the video wants to put their rookie or returnal code, put it in the chat, so other people can use it so that you can benefit off of it, honestly. Road to Worlds accessories. Okay, so a new special bundle. A new secret pack, which is for... Oh, that's kind of cool. Vanquish and Gizmek. Gizmek's pretty bad, but Vanquish is pretty cool. It's a fun deck, a little anime. Like it. New accessories, gonna be checking that out. Pre-release cards for a certain structure deck. Oh, wait, is the structure deck not out yet? What is this? There are new cards added to the master pack. Uh, so they just put those. Oh, so they are the exclusive cards that they put in the map. I don't know what is that, but I will tell you what this is. This is the new update. So let's see. We got the big pack. I'm gonna be going over every single card, new, ultra rare, SR, rare, whatever, everything. But that's at the end of the video. We got a selection pack for. Wait, really? They made a Snake Eye selection? This might be the best. Wait, there's why is this in here? This might be one of the best selection packs. There's no new cards in here, right? This is like a secret pack. Punk isn't bad. Punk is a B tier deck in my opinion. Like it's decent. It's compatible and competitive, but it's not like extremely viable. Effect is a great hand trap. I also think that Adventure is like a B tier deck. It's not bad. In fact, you can splash it. Splashing meaning you can put little engines in other decks. So it's quite viable. And then you got the best deck in the game right now, at least in my opinion. Snake Eye, which is S tier, or S or A tier. It's like all the way up there. It beats a lot of other decks. It's extremely viable. This is amazing. Why is Cyframe? It comes with Whoa, this pack is not. It comes with Eevee Jet Synchron, which you can use in Snake Eye. This is a this is certainly a pack that a lot of people are gonna want if you don't have these cards already. If there a new player was joining into the game, I would say, hey, get this pack. Get this pack. Yeah, you're not gonna really know what's going on, but I mean, you get some of the best cards in the entire game, or at least a chance at them. You get Diabell Star, really great card. Popular, Flamebird. Do I need to say any more? Let's move on. MathMech is pretty good as like a Cyberverse engine because you're able to make like these XYZs that can like get rid of a card in your opponent's hand, and also they can like negate if you have like a certain monstrous material. I believe it's diameter, the one that's limited to one. Yeah. If your opponent activates a card effect, negate it. It's just like, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. And they have a trap where you can summon XYZs during your opponent's turn, and it's decent. Mathmech is actually quite decent, and you can splash it in with other Cyberverse cards. Sky Striker is, well, I think people like it because the girl's really pretty, and it's kind of cool how you see her like change armors and stuff, and you see her in the pictures. I mean, it's not bad. It's also like some of the cards are limited to one for like a reason, because the deck's kind of, it kind of does things. It also got new support too. So this pack is definitely not bad. I would rate it like probably like a B tier. It's not the best. It's like on the border between like B and A, so I'll give it a B, B plus. You know, it's not like it's gonna win you every single game if you pull all the cards that you need out of this. Mainly engage alternative art, which is kind of pretty. I bet people are gonna be wanting that. And you need the Kagori out as well, as long as the other links like Shizuku and yada yada. Yeah, not bad. Actually, actually pretty good. Maybe I'd recommend it to new people, but I think I'd recommend the Snake Eye pack more. Let's see what we pull. Hey, pulled the Synchro. He is not that. I don't even think anybody plays him. He's not that good. But it is what it is, you know. Moving on. Alright, the structure deck. 3 of them. Okay, this is the one I'm the most excited about. I got a comment from somebody asking me to make a Cypher deck list. And yeah, I'm like, Cypher's not really good, but it has some Galaxy Eye cards. Maybe you can make a Galaxy Eye thing? Well, now definitely you can. This deck actually comes with trade-in? That's huge. Blue Eyes players are going to be rejoicing out that one. Um, I mean, I'm gonna save really reviewing this for the structure deck video because I'm gonna go in depth about every single card and do multiple builds. Until then, yeah, I'm definitely buying 3 copies. Do I recommend buying 3 copies to everybody? No, only if you want rank 8s, only if you like Galaxy Eyes, or only if you really, really, really need that copy of trade-in. Or maybe you want the trap that can like negate. Besides that, I wouldn't pick this up. There's nothing that I see in here that's like a hand trap that you can run in every deck. It's mainly like an archetype specific strategy. Besides that, what is this? You get Galaxy, it's just Galaxy stuff. Galaxy Sleeve, Galaxy Banner, 10 packs. I mean, it's what it is what it is. I mean, you just get 10 packs. I don't really care about the icon stuff. It's okay. I'm gonna buy it anyways, but it's not super impressive in my opinion. Wow, I got quite a bit of cards here. And then there's that. Oh, look, I even got the new Engage out of the Master Pack. Okay, what? I don't even play Sky Strikers, but okay, thank you. This is one that I kind of wanted to be really good, but at the same time, I don't think Gizmek is very good. But I could be wrong. Wait, Gren Manju. Swift Scarecrow. Huh? Wait, what is this pack? Okay, let me look at it real quick. So you got Vanquish, which is a decent deck. It's like a B tier deck, maybe like a B plus. It's actually quite good. It's not the best deck, but it's up there. It's pretty good. And then you got Gizmek, which is like a D. Nobody plays Gizmek. In fact, maybe this is the only Gizmek that people play, just because it banishes cards, which is kind of cool because it works very well with Grand Manju because Grand Manju gets bigger and stronger the more cards that are banished. So maybe that's the whole point of this. It's just Grand Manju pack, but somehow has Gizmek. But there's also desk bots in here. So I'm not really, and gadgets. What is going, it's just machine stuff, but it doesn't even have all the desk bots. It only has like 2 of them. I don't really know what's going on here. This is like a C pack. This is a weird pack because you have a chance to get some really good cards like the Vanquish, but then you you have a chance to just get some really worthless card. Well, I'm not trying to be mean. Swift Scarecrow isn't worthless. It's just not like incredibly good anymore. Back then it was decent. Now it's like, okay, you Swift Scarecrow, that's it. Whatever, I don't care. Skullmeister is kind of there's better hand traps out there. Yeah, C pack, not very good. Let's see what we pull. Oh, pulled some Vanquish stuff. Okay. Alright, besides that, you got the Sky Striker background. That's actually really cool. That's pretty. I'm not a big fan of these background things. I don't really care about them. But if I did, yeah, I would definitely want this one. It's very, very nice to look at. Card sleeves. Oh, you got the Sky Striker one as well. Uh, oh, it changes. Oh, that is... Don't Sky Strikers already have card sleeves that change? They got more of them? Bro, come on. Do people really like this deck that much? That is something. Oh, what is this? I don't know. She is so cute. Wow. This is like the girliest card sleeves I've seen in a while. These are extremely adorable. Um, I'm still tempted to buy them. They're so freaking cute. But it is what it is, you know. Fire King. What? Okay, I guess you have lava on the side. I mean, it's okay. It's whatever. It is what it is. I think the only thing left is the big new pack. And yeah, I'm gonna be going over every single card, starting off with the UR. I'll be segmenting it, so we got SRs, rares, and normal. Starting off is Sky Striker Camellia. Must first be link summoned to affect monsters. Arrows are kind of strange. Once per turn, if there's 3 or less spells in your graveyard, send one Sky Striker card from your deck to the graveyard. So you don't really have to go into the battle phase anymore to send a Sky Striker card from your deck to the graveyard. If this card's in your graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls, special summon this card to your opponent's field, but shift control of it, okay? And if you do send that... Whoa, it's removal when it's in the graveyard. Okay, I like how it says must first be link summoned, so I don't think you can just send it to your extra deck and then use the graveyard effect, even though it's not properly summoned. Very interesting card. Next up is Exceed the Pendulum. Extremely beautiful card. Gains 100 attack for each pendulum monster you control. That's like what it'll be max 2,500. That's whatever. Why is that even in effect? If this is link summoned, you can add a pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. That's decent. During the main phase, you can special summon one pendulum monster from your hand or graveyard. Wait, with levels in the scales in your two pendulum. So you mean to tell me you can special? It's like a sprite elf, no? During your opponent's turn, you could special summon a pendulum monster from your graveyard. That's mainly what you want to do from the graveyard, so you can benefit and get it like an additional material or card on the field. That is there's some combos with that. I need to look into that. That maybe you know how to use this card properly, but I think this would be best utilized in pendulum decks that make XYZs, mainly for the fact that when pendulums leave the field, they go to the extra deck. This card wants them in the graveyard, or it benefits more when they're in the graveyard. So you would want to run a card that just makes XYZ, so when you detach material, it goes to the graveyard. You could just special summon it back. Not really sure. I'd have to do some like brainstorming for that one. What else? Combined Maneuver Engage 0. This looks like a Sky Striker card. It's always treated as a Sky Striker card. If it's special summon, target a monster on the field, 2,500 attack or more, negate its effects. Oh, okay. That's whatever. Are you supposed to do that during your like opponent's turn or something? At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks while you have Sky Striker Ray and Sky Striker Royce in your graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Huh. So Sky Strikers just have a Raigeki now. Maybe a one-of. That's rather interesting. What else? Garunix Eternity, Hyang the Fire Kings. 2 level 8 monsters. Oh, it's level 8 support? If this XYZ summoned, you can destroy all of them. No. They did not make a rank 8 that can destroy all monsters on the field, did they? Oh, Konami. You can detach one material from this card, then target one spell or trap. Oh my god. And it's spell and trap removal? If this card is destroyed while it has material, you can special summon Fire King monsters from your graveyard up to the number of materials it had. I don't really know what to say. It's amazing. It's one of the best. It's definitely in the top 10, maybe top 5, rank 8 in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh game. Like, it's that good. That is so much option, so much removal. It's like a toolbox in there. Next up is a new Pendulum Fusion, Odd Eyes Arcade Dragon. If you have 2 cards in your Pendulum Zone, you can special summon this card and apply this effect. Shuffle 1 card in your Pendulum Zone into the deck, then if it was added to your extra deck, you can special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. To summon this card, you need a Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Pendulum. That's kind of like Supreme King Z Arc. This face-down card in the extra deck must first either be Fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing... Oh, you can tribute the other guy, Supreme King Z Arc. If this is special summoned from the extra deck, you can place one pendulum monster from your deck into your pendulum zone. So it's just a search. So, oh wow, that's very, very good. If discarding your monster zone is destroyed, place it in your pendulum zone. I think you can target itself when it's in the pendulum zone. So you can just summon it back. Is that good? It's kind of good. It's like an extender, and it gets you plays, but it doesn't really do much. It's just a 4K beater. I don't really like it. I don't really like it at all. But it is support for Supreme King Z Arc, and I know there's a lot of people out there that love this deck. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's a new card. I'll give it a C. It's okay. It's whatever. Moving on. Dark Hole Dragon. That is so cool. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. If a monster on the field is destroyed by a card effect that doesn't target it, you can special summon this card from your graveyard or hand. Wow. If this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect. During the end phase of this turn, add one Dark Hole from your deck to your hand. Oh, it only says your deck and not your graveyard or your banished pile. Man, that sucks, because then you have to run Dark Hole, and who runs Dark Hole these days? Regardless, I mean, it just comes back on the field. It's not that good. It's not. Next up is Sacred Fire King Garunix. If a monster that was originally fire is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard or hand. Well, that's a really good effect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can destroy one fire beast, beast warrior, or wing beast monster in your hand, deck, or field in your deck. If you do, this card gains its... What the heck? This card's insane. You can destroy a monster in your deck? Dude, you can get so many plays. The Fire Kings benefit off of being destroyed. That is something. That is a lot of something right there. Okay, what is next, man? Fire King High Avatar Kiren. Level 8. During the main phase, if this card's in your hand, quick effect, destroy another fire monster in your hand or face up in your field. If you do, special summon this card. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard, except Fire King Avatar Kiren, then destroy one card on the field. So it's just a pop. Wait, but you get a special too. Okay, this card's kind of nutty, and I see the combo already, and I haven't played the Fire King structure deck or looked at it at all. So essentially what you do is Garunix pops Kiren, Garunix is in the graveyard, Kiren special summons it back out, and you get one pop on the field. There's probably a better play, a better card that you can pop in the deck, but we'll see. Next up is Legendary Fire King Fonks. If a monster that was originally fire is destroyed by battle card effect, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a Fire King spell or trap from your deck to your hand. During the next standby phase after this card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, add it to your hand. It's a searcher. I mean, that's probably why it's an ultra rare, because you can normal summon and get a search. It's good. It's not bad. Definitely an A or B. Seleta Rice Valmonica. I don't know how you pronounce that, but that's a card in the card sleeve. She is extremely beautiful. While you control a monster, except this card, your opponent's monsters cannot target this card for attacks. If this card is normal or pendulum summoned, it's a pendulum card. You can add one Valmonica card from your deck to your hand. If this card's sent to your graveyard and you have two Valmonica cards in your pendulum zone, you can add this card to your hand. What? If it's sent to the graveyard, you just get it back in your hand? That is a really... I've never seen that card in a card effect. In fact, I think the last time I seen something like that was Sinister Serpent, and that card was banned and errated. That is a very powerful effect. Okay, I don't really know what to think about that. I gotta see the other ones. The other Valmonica cards. Supreme King Gate Machine. The picture looks pretty cool, and it has Supreme King Gate, meaning it's searchable with some of the in-archetype cards. That is very important because the other ones are not good, so hopefully this one has a good effect. Supreme King Gate Pendulum Effect. Supreme King Z Arc you control cannot be banished by opponent's card effects. That's very specific. Weird. During your main phase, you can destroy this card. If you do, place one Supreme King Gate Pendulum monster from your hand or deck in your Pendulum Zone. What is the skill of this? A 1? That's interesting. So, I mean, the searches aren't good, but it is a good effect because it guarantees that you can either get a pendulum off or you can set up your skills correctly. If you have a Supreme King Gate monster card in your pendulum zone, except this card, you can send one Pendulum Dragon, XYZ Dragon, Synchro Dragon, or Fusion Dragon monster from your hand or extra deck to the graveyard if you do special summon this card. Oh, okay, and the stats aren't bad. It's a level 7. Alright, alright. If this card's special summon, you can add one card that mentions Supreme King Z Arc from your deck to your hand. This is like a 1-card pendulum scale. This is like one of the best cards that Supreme King Gate could have asked for. It's not amazing, but it it gets you the pieces of the puzzle that you need in order to summon out your big dragon. I'm curious to see what is the most optimal fusion or whatever pendulum XYZ synchro dragon you can send to the graveyard, because there's some of them that have effects when they're sent to the graveyard. So I'm curious to see what people come up with. Wings of Light. It's a quick play spell card. During your main phase, you can add one Supreme King Dragon or Supreme King Gate Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. And if you control Supreme King Z Arc, you can special summon it instead. It's a search, it's quick play, it's not bad. It really isn't. I wish it was an SR and not a UR. Alright, next up is a new Link monster, Link 1. Okay, I like that. Cannot be link summoned unless you have 3 or more resonance counters on effect. What is that? What is a resonant counter? If this is link summoned, you can target monsters your opponent controls up to the number of resonant counters in your pendulum zone, destroy them. So, I mean, destroy 3 cards, because you're not going to be able to summon this unless you have 3 counters. Oh, whatever. You can remove 3 counters from your pendulum zone. This card can make 3 attacks. The attack's not even that much. It's 2,500. Why does this exist? I mean, it's a pop. You get a pop. I mean, whatever. You get 3 pops. Cool. It's something. What else is there? Zeb Unefaria. I don't know how you pronounce that. Valamanikan. Hollow Heathen. Alright, this is another Link 1. Cannot be link summoned unless you have 3 counters, yada yada yada. If a card you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove 3 counters from your pendulum zone instead. That's not bad. I wish it was 1 counter, because that's not a really powerful effect. It's kind of a meh effect, but it still does something. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one of your Valmonica normal spell or traps that is banished or in your graveyard, apply the card's effect. But it's only during your opponent's turn, so during your turn, you don't benefit off of this. So this is like a card that you make at the end of your combo, or that you just make as protection. It doesn't seem that good. It is good. Don't get me wrong, because you get a copy of Valmonica Spell or Trap. That's not a bad effect. But the other effects are just like, whatever. Like, who cares? What else is there? Surgical Striker Spectra. 2 monsters, including a Link monster. And it is a Link 4. If this is Link must first be Link summoned. Loses 3,000 attack while you have no spells in your graveyard. Okay, why is that there? When your opponent activates a card or effect as Chain Link 2 or higher quick effect, you can banish 2 spells from your hand or graveyard, negate that effect, then destroy 1 card your opponent controls. Oh, maybe that's why. It's a negate. It's not a really like, how do you, as Chain Link 2 or higher? So your opponent has to respond to your cards? I guess if you're playing against a Sky Striker deck and they have this monster out, you just can't chain your spell or traps when your opponent activates a card. You have to activate your spell or traps as a Chain Link 1. So I guess it kind of like sets a rule. It's kind of like a little floodgate. Like, hey, if you forget about this, I'm gonna negate your card. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's a little floodgate. It's kind of weird. It's a little weird. Why is it a Link 4? I don't know. I don't like it that much. Sky Striker Ace Azulia Temperance. I mean, she looks kind of weird. Why is that thing on her head? Oh, she's like 4 hair. I'm just hating on her right now. Let's read the effect. Must first be Link summoned. It's a Link 3. If this card is special summoned, you can banish 1 spell from your hand or graveyard, target 1 monster your opponent controls with 2,500 or less attack, equip that face-up monster with the equip spell. Why? Wait, what? What card could you... What? That's confusing. What would benefit from this? The only thing I can think about is that, like, equip monster deck where you attack into your opponent and you, like, inflict the battle damage you would have taken. That's the only deck. Does Sky Striker even benefit off of this? Do they have an equip spell that you want on the opponent's monster? I don't know. When this card is destroyed by battle, only battle, not card effect, you could special summon 1 of the Sky Striker monster from your hand or group. This card's mid. Nah, this is not it. Maybe it's really good. Maybe I'm wrong. I think this card's mid. And I think the picture's mid too. Supreme King Z Arc Synchro Universe. That is a sick name. You contribute 1 Supreme King Dragon or Supreme King Gate Pendulum monster, special summon this card. Okay, well, it's going to be hard. How do you get in your pendulum, right? This card's name becomes Supreme King Z-Arc while on the field. After damage calculation, if this card is destroyed by an opponent's monster by battle, or when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, special summon up to 2 Supreme King Dragon monsters from your extra deck, or graveyard. If this card in your monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. I think that if it destroys or inflicts battle damage and you special summon 2 Supreme King Dragon cards is a really good effect only if you can special summon from your extra deck that are like face down those monsters, like those Supreme King monsters. If not, it's okay. It's not really okay. It's like whatever. It's like a battle phase card. All right, what is that? A reprint for Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. That's a good reprint. A reprint for some Fire King stuff. Pretty decent if people want to build that deck. Photon Delta Wing. Why is this an SR? If this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 Photon Delta Wing from your hand or deck in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn, except light monsters. Your opponent cannot declare an attack while you control another. They just can't declare an attack in general. Wait, so okay, this is, I can see why it's an SR. Is it meta breaking? No. Is this a fun newbie card that people like to play? Yeah, it is. If you summon him out, you get another one. Your opponent cannot attack at all. So they have to get rid of either copy with like a card effect, which isn't hard in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! But if you're playing against like a noob or somebody who really doesn't know like how to get rid of cards, they're gonna struggle with getting rid of at least one copy of this. So yeah, it is something. It's a fun card. It's not competitive. Pillar of the Future Cyanos. This card's always treated as a Sky Striker card. It's like a little chibi thing. You can discard 1 spell card, special summon this card from your hand. Cool. If it is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Ace Royce from your deck or graveyard. All you can't special summon from the extra deck except machine monsters. I hope all the Sky Striker monsters are machine. I think they might be. This is a machine. This is a machine. Yeah, it seems like they are. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Take 1 Sky Striker Ace Royce that is banished from your graveyard. Either add it to your hand or special summon it. This is a really good card. You get to your Sky Striker card extremely quickly. Now I don't really remember Royce's effect, but from what I remember, it wasn't that good. Regardless, it is a Sky Striker in name, so it allows you to get your combos going. This is just another card to get your combos going, so it speeds up the Sky Striker deck a lot. And I like how this card has a graveyard effect as well. It didn't need to have that. It already has a decent on-field effect. Very cool. Next up, Fire King Kurtir Ulcanix. I don't know. If this card is normal or special summon, you can destroy another fire monster in your hand or face up on your field. If you do, add a fire beast, beast warrior, winged beast from your deck to your hand. Then you can make this card's level become that monster's level. Okay, so you can do like XYZ plays or other plays. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Fire King High Avatar Garunix from your deck into... Oh, it just... so it searches specifically 1 card. That is kind of cool. I like that one. Now, I don't know the Fire King combos, but that one looks really good. I like that one a lot. Moving on. Supreme King Dragon Lightworm, a new dragon. Pendulum effect. If a monster is special summoned and you control Supreme King Z-Arc and another pendulum monster, you can special summon this card. Then you can make the level and attribute of either this card or 1 pendulum monster you control the same and level and attribute as the other. Okay, so you special summon this card, but it has a very like big restriction. You need Supreme King Z-Arc, and that's not a super easy card to get on the field. I mean, it is getting easier with the new edition of the cards, but we'll see. The monster effect. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Supreme King Dragon or Supreme King Gate pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro XYZ 1 Supreme King Dragon monster. I don't really get that first effect. Like it seems like it's a combo piece, but I don't see the combo. I can only see you synchro summoning if you have like a dark 8 pendulum monster on your field. Then you can synchro the 12. Other than that, I don't see it. If a face-up pendulum monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is face-up in your extra deck, you can add this card to your hand. Oh, that is no pendulum monster has that effect in the entire game. Only this one. And it's quite good because it's tuner as well. So maybe this card has a lackluster effect because it's a tuner. And tuners are kind of hard to come by. That last effect, that last monster effect's good. I like that. I don't know. Maybe it might be a one of in certain decks just because it is a tuner. Moving on. Got the Valmonica cards. I'm glad these aren't like URs. They're pretty low rarity. SR is still kind of high, but I mean, it's not UR. Each time you gain life points while you control a fiend monster in your other pendulum zone, place one resonance counter on this card. Once per turn, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, link summon one Valmonica Link monster. So quick play link summoning, it is okay. I guess, can you do the one where you like pop 3 cards? Is that what your goal is? This one? I guess, because when it's link summon, you can just destroy cards. It's okay. It's removal. Monster effect. If this card's in your hand, you can discard one other card and take one Daimonio. I don't know which one that is. Valmonica from your deck and place this card and that card in your pendulum zones. That might be really good, actually. That might break the game a little bit for decks that need pendulum summons. This is a 1-card pendulum skill. During your main phase, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can banish one Valmonica normal spell or trap from your graveyard, apply whichever effect that includes gaining life points. Okay, I don't know. I don't know which ones gain life points, but yeah, that hand effect is really good. S tier. What else? Daimonia Valmonica. Each time you take effect damage while you control a fairy monster in your other pendulum scale, put one resonance counter on this card. Monsters your opponent controls lose 100 attack for each resonance counter on the field. It's not it. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card, take one Angelo Valmonica from your deck, place this card and that card in your pendulum zones. During your main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can banish one Valmonica normal spell or trap from your graveyard, apply whichever effect that includes taking damage. Now, I haven't seen the spell or traps that include gaining or losing life points. Moving on. Pendulum Witch. It's a level 3, scale 8, pendulum effect. If a face-up fusion, synchro, or XYZ you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect while this card's in your pendulum zone, you can add one pendulum monster with the same original type as one of those monsters from your deck to your face-up extra deck. It's oddly specific. What the monster effect is really good. If this card is normal or pendulum summoned, you can target one card in your pendulum zone, destroy both that card and this card, and if you do, add one level 4 or lower pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. I think that's kind of good. You have some pendulum cards that are say, hey, when this card's destroyed, you can do this. So this card kind of just triggers it, but you don't need a pendulum summon it. You can, but you can also just normal summon it, which isn't bad. I'm starting to think of some combos, and it might be kind of decent. The only thing I don't like about this card so far, it's a level 3, not a level 4. If it was a level 4, it could be utilized in more pendulum strategies. Level 3 kind of like makes it like very niche. Like it has to be specific. If discarding your monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. Oh, I see how it works. You destroy something, this gets placed in your pendulum zone. It's a scale 8. I don't know. I don't really like it that much, mainly because of the level. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But it does do something, and it doesn't do it bad. Pendulum Evolution. You can shuffle one Pendulum monster from your hand into your deck, add one Pendulum monster with 2,500 attack, and a different name from your deck to your hand. Okay? During your main phase, if you special summon a Pendulum monster from your face down extra deck this turn, you can immediately, after his effect resolves, Pendulum summon a monster. It's just an extra pendulum, but it's a continuous spell, so it's always there. That is really good. If you can target one Supreme King Z Arc you control, it can attack all. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, that's a good effect right there. All right. What the heck is this card? So you get a search specifically for 2,500 attack with a different name, but I'm pretty sure pendulums have some really good monsters with 2,500 attack, especially the King Z Arc or whatever. Yeah, it seems like a very good support card. I'm glad it's not an ultra. Moving on. Valmonica Skeleton. Normal spell. Picture is extremely cute. Let me bring it up full screen. Look at that. Oh. Apply one of these effects. Unless you have a Valmonica card in your pendulum zone, your opponent chooses the effect. Gain 500 life points. You can place one card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. Draw 2 cards. Wow. Take 500 damage, then you can add one Valmonica spell or trap from your deck to your hand. The reason you would want to add one from your deck to your hand is because you can utilize this card while it's in your graveyard in your banish pile using the link 1 during your opponent's turn. Also, I mean, it just gets you a search, so it gets you another card, meaning you have additional copies of that card that you originally wanted in your deck just from using this card. So it's pretty cool. Fire King Sanctuary. When this card is activated, you can place one Fire King island from your deck in your face-up field zone. Once returned, if a card in your field zone would be destroyed by card effect, you can destroy one fire monster in your hand or face-up in your field instead. That's okay. Once returned, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, XYZ. Oh, and then you can just blow up the field. Okay, alright, I see what's going on. So, how many field spells do you normally run in a deck? Do you run 3? I only see this card really only being good if you run 3 field spells, then you run this card so you can get your field spell even quicker. I don't know. If you only run 1 field spell, then you would only need to run 1 copy of this. Because, I mean, you only have 1 search. It's a confusing card. It's cool. I can see how it works. You blow up cards on your opponent's turn using the new XYZ 8 that destroys all other monsters on the field. It has some cool synergies. New spell card, Fire King Skyburner Quick Play. So you can do it during your opponent's turn. Target an equal number of Fire King monsters you control and cards your opponent controls destroy. Wow, that is good. That is really good. If a Fire King card you control would be destroyed by bat, oh my, oh my, oh my. This card's amazing. This card is amazing. It's good. It's very good. Especially the graveyard protection effect. I like it. Valmonica Intervari. Apply one of these effects. Special summon one Valmonica monster from your deck, also for the rest of the turn. After this card resolves, you cannot activate the effects of monster in the field except Valmonica monsters. Maybe you can get around that when you play monster effects that are like, hey, I don't really need to activate on your turn. I can activate during your opponent's turn. If you control a non-pendulum Valmonica monster, take 2 Valmonica pendulum monsters with different names from your deck, add one of them to your hand and the other one to your face-up extra deck. Yeah, this card definitely does a lot of things. It gets you your pendulum skills. It also gets you a monster in your extra deck so you can pendulum summon it. It does a lot of things and I like what it does. It's pretty cool. Next up is Valmonica Disharmonia. Place 1 resonance counter on 1 card in your pendulum zone. Gain 500 life points and you can add one of your banished Valmonica cards to your hand. How are the cards getting banished? I haven't seen an effect that says, hey, banish your Valmonica cards. Maybe your opponent does it. Take 500 damage, then you can add 1 Valmonica card from your graveyard to your hand. It's graveyard recursion. It's okay. It's a hard one to return though, so it is what it is. Spiral Double Agent. This is a new spiral card. If you have a spiral card on your field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in defense position, but it cannot be tributed nor can it be used as material for Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link. Then both players reveal the top card of their deck. Oh, well, okay. Then what? All Spiral monsters on the field gain 500 attack. Also, Spiral Super Agent on the field can attack directly. What do you do with this? You just give your opponent a monster? Look at the top card of your deck? I don't. That doesn't seem good. Moving on. Fire King Avatar Ring Bali. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Only card effect, not battle. When a spell or trap or effect is activated while this card's on the field, you can negate the it's a hard negate for spell or traps. They already have one of these, but it negates monster effects. Now you have a that's it. That's something. All right. What is this? Valmonica, the Angzococalagial voice. What I don't know. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Valmonica monster from your deck to your hand. If a card in your pendulum zone has 3 resonance counters placed on it, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase. It's a field spell that searches a Valmonica monster that can be a 1-card pendulum scale, and also if somehow you get 3 resonance counters, you can just take your opponent's monster. It's pretty generic too, like very generic, surprisingly. I really like it. I really like it a lot. It's a cool card, and I love that it's a rare. It's a budget. Valmonica Versati. Apply one of these effects. Unless you have a Valmonica card in your pendulum zone, your opponent chooses the effect. Gain 500 life points, then you can activate cards from the top of your deck until you activate a Valmonica card. Then you can add it to your hand, shuffle the rest into the deck. Okay? Take 500 damage, and you can send one Valmonica card from your deck to the graveyard. It doesn't seem bad. It gets you another. It's kind of like the Valmonica card that directly adds you a card from your deck to your hand. Except this one's a rare, and you don't really get to choose, but you do get a card in the end. So it's not bad. Valmonica into Nair. Choose one of these effects unless you have a Pendulum card, then your opponent chooses one if you don't. Gain 500 life points. If you have any monster in your graveyard that can be special summoned, your opponent chooses one for you to special summon to your field. Okay, Monster Reborn. Take 500 damage, then you can add one level 4 monster from your graveyard to your hand. That is really generic too. Really generic. I like this one too. I like this one a lot more than the other ones because it's so generic. We got a Fire King trap card. Special summon 3 fire monsters, Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast. 1 from your hand, deck, and graveyard. That is kind of hard to pull off sometimes. But their effects are negated. Also destroy them during the end phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, your opponent cannot activate card or effects when you normal... Whoa! The graveyard effect is powerful. It's... I don't like it. I really don't. But it's not bad. It's just, I don't like it. You need setup. In the graveyard, it's really powerful. Like, your opponent can't respond at all. But, like, the special summoning 3 part, that's kind of like, you need a card in your graveyard, and you need a card in your hand that, like, match up. So, it's kind of like, woo, gotta fulfill the cost. Down to the rares. Miracle of the Supreme King. If you control Supreme King Z Arc, you can activate one of these effects, destroy one Supreme King Z Arc you control, and if you do, special summon one Odd-Eyes Pendulum monster or light Supreme King Z Arc from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Okay, so you can cheese something out, kind of cool. Place one face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck into your Pendulum zone. But you need to control Supreme King Z Arc to even activate these effects, so it's not as good as it seems. Set one quick play spell card directly from your deck. Okay, that's a pretty powerful effect. That is a very good one. But yeah, I don't know. I can see why this is a normal. It's kind of hard to fulfill any of those costs because you have to control this like big boss monster. Soul of the Supreme Celestial King. Tribute one spellcaster pendulum monster with 2,500 original attack. Fusion summon one Supreme King Z Arc from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials on it from your hand, deck, extra deck, field, or grave. It has to be face up extra deck. There's no way you can banish face down cards to special summon. That would just be a free summon. I would love that. But negate its effects unless at least one each of your Pendulum Dragon, XYZ, Synchro, and Fusion Dragon are currently banished. I really want to test, and it's a normal. I really want to test this. It looks like it's just a normal trap card that special summons a boss monster. Very easy. I don't know if you can banish from your extra deck face down cards. If you can, that is really good. Really good. We'll see. Valmonica followed Rhyme. Apply one of these effects, you must control a Valmonica monster to activate and to resolve this effect. If you control Valmonica Link monster, you can apply both of these effects in sequence. Gain 500, you can destroy a spell trap on the field. Take 500, you can turn one monster in the field to the hand. That's... And maybe if this was a continuous trap, it would be decent. It's a normal trap. I guess you can reuse it when it's in your graveyard. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also not the best thing in the world. It's kind of meh. Valmonica Chosen Melody. Apply one of these effects. You must control Valmonica monster to activate and to resolve this effect. If you control Valmonica Link monster, you can apply both effects in sequence. Gain 500 life points. Also for the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot target Valmonica monsters you control with card effects. It's decent, I guess, but the Valmonica monsters aren't really impressive to begin with. Take 500 damage, then you can negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. Negating the monster effect is very powerful, just because your opponent's most likely going to play a monster effect, and you most likely want to negate it. So it will come up. Alright, I think that's it. This pack kind of cool. Has some really cute cards. It has some pretty powerful cards. And it has some pendulum cards. Now, I'm not trying to hate on the pendulum cards, especially this guy. This guy seems to have a lot of potential and might make Supreme King Z Arc a very viable deck. But besides that, that is going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And just have a great day or night. Enjoy the update. Maybe I'll catch you next time. Later.